Today we are going to deal one of the best poem written by Kinney named as Rain on the Roof. Kinney was an American politician, an advocate, a journalist and a poet. He was born on 24th November 1826 in Penn, which is situated in New York, USA, and died on 25th January 1904 in Ohio, USA. That means United States of America. Let's start the poem with the introduction which has been prescribed on the book. When the sky is covered with dark clouds and it starts raining, have you ever listened to the patter of soft rain on the roof? What thoughts flashed through your mind as you heard this melody of nature? Read the poem to find out what the poet dreamed of while listening to the rain. Let us start the poem. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. In these lines, the poet is describing about the formation of cloud with its humidity and which starts from every part and every space of the atmosphere. Then the whole atmosphere filled with melancholy darkness means the darkness which belongs to lonely. And after that, gently weeps in rainy tears means the rain used to start. What a bliss to press the pillow. Here he is in just his bedroom and lying beside the pillow and listening the patter of the rain in his cottage, which is quite soft and which is raining in that atmosphere. Here in this poetry, in the first line, the H sound is repeated four times. That's why it's known as alliteration, which I have told you earlier that the repetition of same sound syllables is known as alliteration. In the second line, R sound is repeated. In the third line, D sound is repeated, and in the fourth, E sound is repeated. After that, O sound is repeated and I sound is repeated, and the last one O sound is repeated. That's why it's known as alliteration. Then it is clear that in the first stanza, the poet is introducing the main theme within the poem, namely the speaker's thought on his existence within the cottage while it rains, which means the poet is making some name, and the name making process is based upon the principle of imitation. That's why we called it Onomatopoeia. It means that in Hindi we used to call it Anukaranatmak or Anukaranmulak Alankar. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and a thousand dreamy fancies into busy being start, and a thousand recollections weave their air threads into woof as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. According to these lines, when the raindrops comes to the ground, its sound is known as tinkling. Now the threads of the flashbacks and the words that has been said to him by his elders or his guardians are threading upon his thousand recollections. They were weaving just like the air threads into the woof. And the poet directly went into the flashback of life when he was listening to the pattering of the rain on his on the roof. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone to regard the darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I felt her fond look on me as I first to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. In the both lines, the poet is focusing upon the memory of his mother, which was evoked by the rain, and meditates upon the speaker's deceased siblings. The, the poet also details his commitment to love in spite of an unfaithful lover, and also addressing the conflict within the speakers is used by the patter of the rain, because the pattering of the rain is just about the flashbacks of his life when he had his own siblings, his mother, what they used to say about that memories he is telling about when the rain is pattering over his shingles. Then it also reminds us about the exaggeration, that means hyperbole. It means that something has been too much exaggerated in this poem. That's why we see figures of speech, which is known as hyperbole or exaggeration. And after that, there the rain is here compared as it is a human beings. That's why we used to call it a personification. If we are going to know about its rhythm scheme, then its rhyming scheme is A, B, C. Hover will be A, spears will be B, darkness let it be C, tears let it be B. Then D, E, F, and E. The same rhyming scheme will be available in all of the stanzas of this poetry, which has been followed by the poet very well. We see here the poetic devices just as the name of alliteration, onatom- onomatopoeia, personification, hyperbole, enjambment, and everything has been done on this poetry, which is based upon the full imagination of the poet. And thank you so much for being with me on this occasion that I am completing this chapter. And if you are interested in preparing the notes of this chapter, then you can message me that for which I can make you amiable with these notes. Thank you so much for being with me.